live. Going live, you're live. Let me know if we are really live or not. Are we? Are we live?
Yeah. Yep. We are live.
Nice. So hello everyone.
Hello there.
So how do we start this?
Well, we're having this streaming to basically answer any question you got. It can be about the MegaGrant, or it can be about anything you want around the game development, I guess. But mostly about the MegaGrant. Talking about MegaGrants, Ben aspiring, as it only took 3 months. Some people wait for more than a year. So actually, so the story is this. Yes, it took like 3 months, no more than 4. And the reason it took us so less, it started when we made a business plan, just like the one we showed you in the video. We got very clear about what are the needs, the customers. I know it's a very non-formal, very formal word to put to the people, but let's just talk in business terms. We made a plan. We sent it to Epic. At that time, we had 200 subscribers. Very, very little content, actually. Right now, we have more than 200 videos. And at that time, I don't know how many we have. How many we have? Maybe like 15 or 20, and the ones we already have were like 5 years ago, something like that. Not really relevant. So how we start to test this idea of what if we hire some other AAA developers to make some assets, and we can recover the money in the future. So we actually got feature for the VFX trails that Guillermo did. So this package allows with gave us the cash to hire someone. So this person worked on Riot Games, and well, he did the job. I mean, he made a character, and it turned out great. And we tried to test the idea, and it worked to some extent. So we decided to keep up with it. And at that time, back in the day when we only had 200 subscribers, we sent an email to Epic showing the business model, like, this is how we're gonna get the money. This is the way we're gonna get the clients. This is how we're gonna teach, and this is our expertise. We have been working in the game industry for quite a while now, almost 10 years maybe, and well, got into game development like 10 years, and we have been working in AAA studios. So we got the experience of how to make it, of course. But instead of making it, we decided to provide that knowledge as a tutorial. We have a lot of experience working in games, so we wanted to make the tutorials for free. We still do. So we showed that plan to Epic, and it took 3 months. And actually, I got the email that we were rejected. But before that, before the the email that told me that we got rejected, I sent an email again after 3 months, just to have an idea. We made at least one video a day for this channel, at least one video. And not only that, we were working on other packages that we promised to Epic. This is the plan. This is what we are going to sell in the future. And after 3 months, we reached to Epic again saying, hey, look, we applied 3 months ago. And this was the plan. And it's still the same. We told you you were going to do this, and we did it. We told you we were going to sell this, and we did it. This is our current process, and this is the work in progress for future packages. And then we send again. And then after like some days or maybe a week, I got an email that we unfortunately got rejected. But because we had 2 applications, they had to reject one, maybe for the system. And then the next day, RAM had the email that we got approved. So basically, we did a follow-up, but we stick to the plan. I think that is very important. I don't know if you guys want to add something, but it is very important to follow up.
Yeah, there's a question that it says it took only 3 months. Some people wait for more than a year, and regarding that, it really depends on the type of project you're pitching. For example, if we were trying to get a MegaGrant for a game, that could really take a really long time because there are a lot more of applications of that nature. So instead of having to sort through, I don't know, maybe like 20% of projects that are not really related exactly to games, it is easier if you try to apply for a MegaGrant on another category. It could be education, it could be a project that you want to launch in your community, something like that. It's not mandatory to apply for a MegaGrant in the gaming category, because there are a lot more games that are applying for that type of grants.
Yeah, I guess it also depends on the project. And like if you're making a game, show it. But if you haven't got any answer, don't be discouraged. Just send it again with the current process. It also shows that you're a safe bet, right? You do what you said before, and you commit to the plan and you stick to it. And even if they don't give you the money, you still do it. So that shows a lot of confidence in the investment team to give money to someone. I mean, because they are already proving that they have some history, some track record. I guess the team matters a lot too. Like I said before, we have like almost 10 years since we started doing this, and we specialize in different things. Like, for example, I'm an environment artist. Ram is a programmer. And Guillermo is a VFX artist. But not only that, we also specialize like in different things, like marketing and a lot of stuff. So that shows like you're a safer bet versus someone who's just starting out and is like, maybe it's like have an idea that he wants to do something but lacks the technical skill. If you lack the technical skill, at least you should know how to get the one that knows how to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you make something, you create something, and eventually it will go out to the public. So no matter how good your plan is, eventually you need to create something. So I think the team is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, Cassiano Paulo, I guess you're from Brazil or from Portugal. How do they do it? It's in the matter of money and taxes from USA apply. Maybe you can answer this more, Ram.
Oh, the matter of money and taxes, you have to feel. I mean, if you have worked before with another uh, type of venture from another country, especially you say, for example, if you have worked with the Unreal Marketplace or with um, the Steam store or any other digital marketplace, they will make you sign a form called the WBEN 8 W8. I don't remember the name, but it's a form that you have to specify that you are not a, well, in our case, we are not a US company. We do not, uh, we're not paying taxes there. They do charge like a little bit of the money. And when we get them here in, yeah, if you're a seller in of a real marketplace, it's the same form that you have probably got. Well, I don't know if you're a person, no, yeah, if you're a person, you also have that to fill that form, saying you're a foreigner, that you're making business with Epic, and that you're gonna be offering your services, right? It's the same form. So if you are signing as a person, or if you are signing on behalf of a company, it's, if you did it for the real marketplace, it's exactly the same. Now the taxes that that you would have to pay is in your country, because well, I at least for Peru, I asked around if I needed to pay, or what kind of taxes I needed to pay, and there wasn't really a category for a grant from the external country, a foreign country. So uh, just needed to get the, as if I earn the money outside. That is kind of a special tax, but it's really, it really depends on the country you're staying. So yeah, taxes, they do matter. Do pay them. We do not encourage anyone to get in trouble for trying to pocket some money without declaring it. I mean, the risk is not worth it. And I'm saying that as as a person who live in Peru, where piracy is really like, we really don't bat an eye if someone is selling a movie for like a buck or two. But in this case, you really need to find out. Ask in, there will probably be someone that can guide you. If that is from the government, excellent. If you need to pay for that counseling, well, that's really bad, but it's better than getting into trouble that you didn't know you could get.
Yep, important to pay taxes.
Yeah, who knew?
But if you're a seller of a real marketplace, I think you're in a good position. Um, Especially like you told us you're from Brazil. Um, I'm not exactly sure how the currency works there, but usually the US currency is very strong, especially in Latin America. So it's a good way to make money, especially as a passive income where you just put it there and you forget about it. You don't need to worry about selling, which is the most stressful thing. You just need to worry about making the product. So it's great. And don't be discouraged for the quality of your product. I mean, of course, there are a lot of quality checks that you will need to go through. A lot of them, mostly technical ones. But yeah, few sales and it's minimum wage here. That's awesome. It must feel amazing. And if you have more, then of course more power to you. Yeah, yeah, and I mean it happens a lot. Like you are just learning and you have the idea of you want to create something. And even if it's a new product, yeah, of course you can sell. You won't have many sales, but you can start with something. Like we started with that in 2015. We were learning. We already had a few years of learning game development with Unreal Engine 3. We didn't know what we know today, but we still start selling some things, and it got us some income there. And like you say, uh, it's really nice to get the money in US dollars.
Really nice.
Yeah. Mm, Epic Games collaborates with NVIDIA. Can they send NVIDIA GPU to educators? Mm, I'm not sure what you mean by educators. Like real physical institutions where they teach. I really have no idea. Maybe that's a question that you should ask to evangelist or something.
Well, I can tell you that right now Epic is not sending anything, at least to third party personnel. Like
Yeah,
I
even
have
our
a
promise shirts.
yeah, yeah. I'm leading the Unreal meetup community here in Peru, and I have asked for some swag, and they are still sorting out that stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't hope for any GPUs, at least not for the time being.
Yeah. Well, for YouTubers, I guess like if you apply for a mega grant, you should include in your cost that you want to buy a GPU, I guess. But I think they are not sending a specific. Uh, I'm not sure if there is a specific case where they will give you a NVIDIA GPU. But I do remember they were giving some VR stuff if your project was VR. Like they ask you, do you need a VR headset for this thing? I wouldn't be surprised. But due to the current situation right now, I guess it will be easier to give you the money and you buy it yourself.
Yeah.
Talking about educators, if you want to teach and like you want to mean like if you mean like teach it in YouTube, like there are a lot of channels that put tutorials out there, and sadly, and I mean they have more subscriber than us. They have more views, much more views. They have been a little longer in the game for sure. Um, and they haven't got a MegaGrant, even though they have more uh, more viewers, more subscribers, basically bigger numbers. And the reason they haven't got a MegaGrant is because teaching in YouTube is not really it's not a business itself. Yeah, you can get some revenue income from the ads, but it's not much. For example, we get like $100 a month average, but it's not really much. And the reason we put the ads is because YouTube will prioritize our videos. Otherwise, I think they're pretty annoying. But just because you have subscribers and followers, that doesn't mean you're earning money. That's why if you want to teach, you need to maybe go deeper about it. About the marketplace, what do you think is better to do, props or characters? Well, if you analyze the number of assets that they sell in each category, for sure props has more assets, therefore more competition, and most likely they will someone may have done it the same as you want to do, because at the time we're doing this, there are a lot of assets in the marketplace. So especially for props, there are a lot that are repeating. Characters, on the other hand, in theory, they sell more. However, you need to think about what kind of character. So I believe the best options are the ones who are modular, the ones who offer a lot of customization. But I believe characters will work. But if you have a prop that is not in the marketplace, I think it can sell quite well, especially pretty props like a statue, something like that. I remember we sell some Chinese statues that there are not any props about it. I haven't checked lately, but it's very unique. So it's very specific. Someone looking for Chinese statues, and it sells quite well actually. Ben asks who told you that it has to be a business. They never say publicity, as far as I remember. It doesn't have to be a business. What I mean is the business concepts behind it. Like, how are you gonna make money if we give you money? To I mean, what are you gonna do with it? And currently, you're already making videos, so the idea is to fill the gap, like we showed before in the video. Fill the gap between a customer and where do you want to help them in very specific things. For example, we focus on indie game developers. We don't focus on AAA developers because they are running in a company and they already have good income. So, and also if for their own projects they don't need assets because of copyright issues. AAA studios prefer to make their own assets because they don't want to, they don't want to deal with anything related to copyright. So it's not that you have to be a business. You can be just a person without any business in mind.
Yeah. Your pitch really needs to be business like. Otherwise,
Very
they don't
business
trust you.
oriented. even if you are not considered like a business, let's just say you are a YouTuber, you must talk in the language of business, which is not very hard actually. But first, you need to know who you're gonna sell the stuff. Then you need to know how are you gonna get the customer, how are you gonna get them, and then is like what are you gonna sell. Those three things in place, and you're good to go. For example, maybe you have some premium tutorials that you want to sell for people who are, more serious about game development. And to be honest, we tried before having a really, really complete tutorial, like the ones you usually pay in YouTube, don't get much views. And the reason is people just want to watch something very fast and they don't want to spend much time there. And in YouTube, anyone can watch it. So if you are teaching tutorials and then maybe you have a premium tutorial, then you will need to tell Epic that, hey, I'm having this platform with already a lot of tutorials. I have this experience. Or maybe you're hiring someone to make the tutorials. You don't have to make it yourself. Some companies hire other people to do the tutorials for them. But let's say you have that, and then you need to say, and I have a YouTube channel. So YouTube is not my business, but the only way I can get a customer is to put my videos in YouTube. So I can have a chance for them to find my product. Because eventually, if you know someone for a long time, then I got stuck. That's what I
was wondering if the connection failed us.
No, it's my mind connection.
Oh, okay.
So basically, have a plan how you're gonna get a customer, and even if you have a really nice product, if you don't have a plan how to get him, it's not gonna be enough, really. B12MT got rejected after over 9 months of waiting. Complete business plan, advanced prototype, no feedback at all. No question regarding when asking about, they say no feedback at all. I think I will need to see it. I'm thrilled actually to see what is behind your pitch. 9 months is a lot of time. Not kidding. I'm wondering if you did a follow-up after like 3 months to keep showing process. That could help a lot. It's mostly about one piece that is missing, and also your credentials. Like, what have you done in the past to make you trustworthy? That also helps. It's like having more trust in someone that has done something before, whereas someone who maybe this is the first project or something like that, then it will lower the chances. But yeah, I will be very interested to see the pitch. Maybe we can give you our feedback if you want. Hi, Mohammed. Mohammed Blender. Very specific name. I don't. Yeah, Kathos tells that he saw like who got the grant, and he said that he kept yelling that every month about what he's been doing, improvements, etc. Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. I mean, what can you lose, right? Especially it shows that you're still working on it. So that's a lot of you can increase the trust there if it's like, oh, this guy again, oh, this guy again. So it should be a safe bet. There is no such thing as super secure bet, but there there are safer bets, I guess.
Yeah, trying to get a grant is not something you should depend on. You shouldn't base all your money or business decision on it. But it is something that you can proactively proactively try to get. For example, our plan like really didn't depend on getting the grant. We we tried to sustain ourselves on other various ways, and but the grant, what it did is like give us more opportunities than what we already had planned, right? So even though didn't uh, we didn't depend on it, now it has opened more possibilities for our plans in the future regarding the marketplace, regarding game development. So yeah, you shouldn't base your decisions on it. They can take a really long time. It is true that it could take like around a year that of they say you should get back to them every 3 months, but yeah, every month could be like a nice boost for them to remember you, because they are almost, well, depending on the category, they will be the same judges. Like there is a rotation there, that and they will most likely remember you, and if there is something cool, they share it around. At least that is what the evangelist team in Latin America said to us. Like, no, you should really keep trying to update us on whatever new you're doing. It's important to not spam them with the same thing over and over, because then you will get on their bad side. Let's say it like that. But if you're constantly developing something new, you're keeping true with what you said you would do, then they share it around, like, look at this cool project, and maybe there is not a spot for them now, but they will take you in consideration whenever the next spot for the grant opens. So yeah, really important to be persistent.
Yep. And also what you said is important. Like, uh, regardless if they give you the grant or not, you should still have a plan to finish your project. I believe what Epic and any kind of investor doesn't want you to rely on him. Like, what will happen? How will you do it without my money? Like, what is the plan? So I think it's very important to specify how you're gonna get the money. And if you're making a long project, like for example, like making a game can take a lot of time. So um, there is a high risk that you're gonna run out of money in the long term. So what is your plan to get the money? What are other sources of income you could have? And do you have any other kind of investment or things like that? Um, the problem is that you don't get any feedback. It costs time to communicate with Epic, create material, etc. And in the end, you don't get any feedback at all. That's true. I mean, I know it sucks not to get any feedback, but at the same time, they have like thousands of applications to reply. I don't think they can give any feedback to anyone unless I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this because I don't work there, but maybe it's a project that it's almost there if you only had this. But it's a lot of factors actually. And the people who work on it, it's also very important. Like how who's behind the team. And in our case, like for example, I have worked in Ubisoft. Ram has also worked in others too, in Lima, shipping some big games for Nintendo Switch and everything. And there's still some credibility behind. If you have it, show it. Make them sure you have work in this company or you have work in this project, so that they can bet on you. But I imagine it's very frustrating to don't get any feedback. But
Yeah, try not to take it too personal. It's not that they don't like you or anything. They are just swamped with applications. It's really easy to be in the mindset of, oh, they really don't like my my submission because I haven't heard from them. Like, no, try to stay positive. Keep working
Yep.
to get better.
Yeah, like I said, if you really want to show us your submission, just send us an email. We can take a look at it, and maybe I can see something that could actually make the difference. It could help. Anyway, thank you, Sam. You too. Take care. Mystery Studios. Do you guys know if there is a deadline? How long is it possible to apply for MegaGrants? I don't know. I guess as long as you find a website available, you can do it. But how long it's gonna last, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I was thinking about like, are they running out of money or something? Because there are a lot of projects that are funding. So it's like 100 million. It's a lot, but I think they already had a lot funded, more than 50 or 60 million, I guess. I'm not sure.
And I don't know if you answered this, but just to get it out of the way, we're really we're really not sure if we can talk about how much we got. So we really don't want to get in trouble. So it's not that we're ignoring you, but we really don't know if we can talk about it. So hope you guys can understand it.
Yep. Don't worry, we didn't take that much. There's still a lot.
Yeah, it's less than what we asked for, but we're still grateful.
Yeah. And it's enough to continue working in the project, actually. So, how much games are you guys doing? I guess how many games we're doing right now? It's only one. We're only working in one game. How many games did we do? That's another question. But yeah, basically we have working small projects and big projects. So the last project I worked on was for Ubisoft in Skull and Bones. So think that's the biggest one. So it's been a journey learning how to do game dev. Can we talk about the meta-human shader for non-meta-humans? Maybe that's better to show it. I was not really prepared to show this kind of thing, but maybe I can open it. But I don't want to get too much off topic. Basically, there are a couple of things you need to consider when doing humans in Unreal. Since they are standardized in a lot of things, they want you to use their shaders and some of their models to keep consistency to how do you create humans, and also speed up the workflow so that you don't have to do many things again. For example, like the HI shader, there are a lot of guidelines. You should get the eyes from one of the humans they already have. It could be Paragon or any other meta-human. This will already have the UVs in place. And another thing, it's the skin shader. You can use their skin shader. Not very complex, actually, their skin shader. But the eye is very complex. Especially the eye is very complex. So you must use their UVs and their shader to have something really nice. Maybe I can show it. I could share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm just working on the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know when you have shared your screen.
Okay.
And here it is.
Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, you should be able.
Okay, so the thing about meta-human shaders is that, so one is the eyebrow, sorry. Another thing is the hair, but that's another topic actually. It's because hair have evolved a lot lately. The other one is the eyeball. So I could use another eyeball. Like, for example, I think I have it here. Yeah, there you go. I could use this one. This is one from the MetaHuman. I can put it here. You can already see what's the difference. Let me try to Control C. This is like a default shader for the eye. And Control Y. Not working Control Y, but literally keep an eye on it. So you can see the difference. And of course, this is much more nicer. And at the beginning, I thought, oh, let's study the shader so we can recreate our own. But you need to take a look at this. You need to take a look at this eye shader. It's crazy. So there's a lot of things going on. So even if you read the documentation, they will tell you, please reuse the shader because it took a lot of research to do this. And I'm not even counting the material functions. So it's crazy. You can do a lot of things to it. You can like change the eyes, change. Let me put this one here. I can change the size of it. For example, I'll try the iris, or maybe the iris. Not this one. Pupil scale. Yeah, you can see how the pupil scales. And you have the like the brightness. This one. Very nice. And also, I guess you can try to play with this one. Yeah. This one is very funny. So you can do a lot of things here. And it's a really nice shader. So the reason why this works is because we are using the same UVs they provide. And you can get this like exporting a character from Paragon or one of their samples. Another thing is the eyebrows. So you can swap the eyebrows too. The skin also has some, although this is our default skin, this is not the MetaHuman. It's already pretty nice. But for the skin itself, you can use their shader too. It's quite nice. And another thing that I haven't done so much research is the clothes. They come with a really nice customization for the clothes. For example, so basically any MetaHuman will have some samples here. I have two MetaHumans here. This is a MetaHuman sample, but also you have a common folder, and here you will see like the hair, for example, the face, look depth, materials, and here you find all the materials, the teeth, the eye, the head. So what I will do is to export this common folder, so you can have all the shaders that metahumans are requiring, and then you can just swap your materials, just like we did here. Let me see if I can try to find some screenshots from. By the way, I'm not checking the chat right now. If there is any questions, let me know. Okay. Let me share my whole screen. Change windows. Screens go live. Okay. So this is one of the characters for a game. This is the concept art. You can see it's very simple actually. It's really nicely done. Concept art must be very clear, so that 3D character artists can do the model. So you can tell like this is 2D, 3D, like beautiful work. So, and this is another concept art just making. It's for another character. So as you can see, it's very like it's a concept sheet. It's not super pretty, but it's super useful for 3D modelers. So this one is without the without the MetaHumans shader. And you can see it's okay. It's not bad, actually. And let me see. This one is made with a MetaHumans shader. You get for the teardrop, the eye occlusion, the eye itself, the eyebrows. I'm also using it for this one. The eyebrows I'm using, and then of course the skin. And the hair is using a Paragon hair because metahumans are using hair done as strands. That's a different kind of asset. We're not using it for our game, at least for now, because
That's
it's
the
very
limbic
heavy.
stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the Alembic file. So, and also like this one, like if you check this one, the softening of these feathers is also made by the eyebrow shader. Before it was like this, very rough, and then you can see like it's like this, very very smooth. So there is a clear difference. I mean, if you check this one and then you check this one, you can see the difference. And this is rendering in a real 5, by the way. So the MetaHumans shaders work in a real 5, just as expected. For the closest, actually, is nothing out of nowhere. It's nothing complicated. Typical shader, but yeah, I think it's very interesting. And these are just some shots of the cute girl. We call it cute girl internally. I guess outside will be known as a cute girl too. And this one is using our own shaders, but I think it's personally I learned a lot about metahumans and the shaders doing this because I think I don't have pictures from the beginning of this one, but it was pretty ugly at the beginning. She was bald and had like awful eyes. Like in Marmoset, it looks gorgeous, but in Unreal, it just doesn't. And the hair was a mess. We didn't have any highlight like this. This one was pretty nice, actually, after putting the shaders we needed. These are all custom made. These are not metahumans, but after studying the metahumans, I came up with my own shader for this, which we will use in the future for any other kind of character. Will be super fast to make. So I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay. Oh. There we are. So, how are we doing on time? You're still in China's time zone, so I know it's not.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
let's
not the
just
morning for
answer
you.
the last question and call it a day. I'm already on November 6th. How much people working in your game? 3 people. Ram is the programmer. Guillermo, he's also here with us. He's a VFX artist. And me, I'm take care of that 3D stuff. And is that character made by MetaHuman? No, it's not made by MetaHuman. It's custom made. It has its own bones and everything, but it's compatible to use their shaders. So if you swap, like you want to use MetaHuman eyes, you swap the material and you're good to go. If you want to use MetaHuman skin, you swap it and you're good to go. And the same for the eyebrows, etc. Okay. So I guess we will call it a day.
Yeah, I think we have give a lot of good information, and yeah, really happy you guys join us uh, and watch the premiere. And yeah, if you have more questions, you can leave them in the comments or in the Discord. Our Discord group is always open for more discussion.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
Take care.